You're listening to No Limits Radio Show on the Vets on Media Network.
Good morning. Happy Saturday.
Good morning. Is it happy Saturday? I'm just like,
it is
oh my God, I didn't sleep.
No,
I had to clean up dog shit.
Oh.
I should not do that on a Saturday.
Well, if you do that, just don't
do
share it
that
with anybody.
I did do that.
Yeah.
Every Saturday morning. Yeah. I think I should change it to like a Monday night or something.
You should hire somebody to do that.
Do you want to come do it? I'll give you $10.
No, I'm not doing that.
Are you sure? It's
I'm positive.
It's great. Like cardio, walking around the yard, bending
move on
down
from the shit talk.
Sure. Let's talk about some other shit.
Okay. Thanks.
All right. Perfect. How's your Saturday?
I'm having a great Saturday.
Good.
I've got new hair color. I'm excited.
We both have new hair color.
Yes.
And I do have to say, I love your comment that you shared with me yesterday when Rob says to you, so you and Michelle both got your hair done and you both got red hair, and you go, no, Michelle's is orange. Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. It is. All right. So we've got a really big show today. Oh my gosh. We've got a full house. We've got a full audience today. We've got Linda Stanfield. We've got Dave Bray that's going to be calling in. We've got Margy Bons. We've got Adrienne Hart. I mean, we have so much stuff to talk about. But before we talk about any of those great topics, first, we have the WWW. Pause for dramatic music in the background. Dun, dun, dun. I don't know if you have any music playing in the background because I took my headphones off.
No.
Okay, I'll just play. Dun, dun, dun. So the WWW, if you haven't heard of it before, is the wild, wonderful, wacky stories that Michelle finds on the web.
Yes.
What do you have for us today?
You want to start out with wacky?
Sure.
Please say yes, because my computer is broke, so it's already on my phone. So thank God you said yes. Okay, so in Louisiana, let's just start with it's in Louisiana. Look at that. 2 teachers are accused of having sex with a minor. So this is a 32-year-old Shelley DeFresney and Rachel Respress, 24. They had a 3-way with a 16-year-old.
Is this a 16-year-old boy or
a 16-year-old boy?
Okay.
Who then went on to brag to his friends, and then the principal found out, and now there's charges being brought up against them.
Oh my gosh.
So anyway, but if you look at the link, like these are like normal looking, like attractive women, and I'm like, what are you thinking? And how would you think that the 16-year-old is not going to go brag to his friends?
Of course he is. Of course he's going to go brag to his friends. And how dare you take advantage of that? I mean, could you imagine his mother? Like, I've got a 15 and a 17-year-old, and I would be appalled if one of the teachers, someone that I entrust my children with, because they're still children. They are.
Absolutely.
Just because he's 16, he's still a child. That is horrible.
He could be what, a fresh sophomore? He'd be a sophomore.
He's a sophomore. Do you remember the story about the adolescent teenager that had sex with a female adult teacher? The woman got pregnant, and then years later, I think it was like 15 or 16 years later, the woman came back and got child support from that child that she had sex with. Do you remember that story?
Yes, I do remember that story.
Unbelievable.
I know. Well, not everybody is smart. And speaking of someone who's not so smart, he's not the brightest bulb in the bunch. Someone said to me once, he's not the brightest bulb in the tool shed. And I go, no, I think it's the sharpest tool.
I think that person got it all mixed up.
I know, they were like, not the brightest bulb.
Brightest color in the crayon box. There's sharpest tool in the shed, sharpest pencil.
I've never heard sharpest pencil.
All right. Well,
have you heard sharpest pencil?
Yeah, I have.
Okay. Well, this guy isn't too sharp. Anyway, 32-year-old, what is his first name? Can't find it. Anyway, it's in New Jersey. This man, I'm telling you, I don't have my computer. It's all messed up. Why don't you look on it?
Honey, do you want my computer?
No, you multitask for me. But anyway, here's the funny part. It doesn't really matter because he's not really smart and he's not going to be president next year or anything. So we don't really have to make note of it. But what I thought was funny was he was in court to answer allegations and charges of driving under a suspended license, driving under the influence, and having marijuana in his car. So everyone should know that when you go to court, you have to go through the little, little device thingies, and they check your bag and they do all that stuff. So anyway, when he did that, they found 50 grams of marijuana, 2 packages of rolling papers, and an unrolled cigar wrapper in his bag to go to court.
I was going to take care of stuff. but then I got high.
There you go.
I got high.
And that's his excuse.
Oh my gosh. So his name is Richard Thompson.
Richard.
There you go.
I don't know why I didn't pull it up on here.
Yeah, Richard Thompson.
But yeah, he's 32 in New Jersey. Well, New Jersey, that kind of states it all. But, you know, I love making friends all over the United States. So anyway, here's some wonderful. There's a little bit of sunshine in New Jersey right now, though, because that's where my babe is. So I guess I'll give New Jersey a little bit of a break for a little bit. So here's some wow for you, because I know you want to talk about serious stuff, and, you know, I don't really get into that. But anyway, this is a little bit of wonderful. So 14-year-old Catherine Wu is a high school freshman from Maryland. And she is actually a finalist in the 2014 Discovery Educational 3M Young Scientist Challenge, because she has created a device that you put on while you're driving. Apparently, there are over 100,000 crashes every year due to fatigue. So she has created this Bluetooth connected headset, and then it's linked to some Raspberry Pi and then some credit card computer thing. And when your heart rate goes down and your EEG, it has an EEG on it. So when brain activity goes down, it actually sends you alerts.
I think
She's
that's
14.
incredible.
I think that's absolutely amazing.
Incredible. So I had an idea. Maybe that technology could, you know, when you're at the gym and, okay.
Can you give me another example? I don't do the gym.
Okay. Well, let me just explain to you one of the activities that takes place at the gym, part of the equipment. So at the gym, when you're doing like the machines, elliptical, or you're riding the bike, they have these sensors so that you can put your hands on it and then it checks your heart rate. So what if they added those sensors into the steering wheel and you had your hands on the steering wheel? Only what I would say is add a little shock to it so that, like, if you do drift off, it's like, you know.
So now there's crashes because when people get shocked, they turn the steering wheel like this and hit the person right next to them.
Okay, well, maybe instead it just has the sensor built into the steering wheel.
Maybe it could like vibrate or something.
It could vibrate, or it could make like your radio just like, although I guess that could cause an accident.
Go really loud.
Yeah, really loud.
Well,
all the lights in your car flicker. Oh, I'm awake now.
She did not say what alerts happen. It didn't say in the article, so I'm not quite sure. For many things, and so I just wanted to take a second to say that
it gives me a lot of hope. Do you like that little transition there?
I do.
Thank you. Okay, so obviously currently we're dealing with the ISIS crisis.
Did you just come up with that?
I did.
I could see that being a bumper sticker in the near future.
ISIS crisis. Do you know that we're spending $7.5 million a day?
I heard that.
Can you believe that?
No, because I'm not quite sure how that happens when we don't have that anywhere in the budget. I mean, that would be like me going and buying a $5 million home. I don't have the funds to anyway do that.
Exactly. Well, here's the thing. I think what somebody needs to introduce to the government is Dave Ramsey's money envelope system. So if you don't know what this is, here's what you do. You take envelopes and you take all of your money and then you divide it into these different envelopes. So that's your budget. So I think what we need to do is we need to introduce this envelope system to the government, because then they could divide the money up and say, oh, okay, we don't have $7.5 million a day.
Look, we have all these envelopes and not near enough money.
I have all these envelopes. No, it reminds me of one of my favorite lines from Pretty Woman. I have all the cops. Tell them I said hi. That is my favorite line.
She doesn't say tell them I said hi.
Yes, she does.
I don't think so.
I swear she does.
Really?
It's my favorite
line.
line.
I have to watch it. My favorite part of the movie is when she's walking down the street and he says, get rid of your gum. And she turns sideways and goes and spits it out on the sidewalk. That's my favorite part. And I do it all the time. And I totally blame Julia Roberts.
See, I can totally see you doing that. Yeah. And I don't think you can blame Julia Roberts on that.
Absolutely.
No.
Absolutely. I would have never done it if I would have never seen the movie.
Listen, Linda.
I do it all the time.
Listen, Linda.
Because the second I do it, instantly Pretty Woman flashes in my mind. It's like a sudden death experience. You know, like if you have one, like your whole life flashes in front of you. I go to spit my gum out and Julia Roberts flashes in front of me. It is because of Pretty Woman.
Okay, well, that may be the case. I relate to that line that I told you because whenever you go shopping, it always seems like when you have a lot of money, you can't find what you want. But when you don't have money on you,
You see everything.
you see everything that you want.
I know. Does he not believe in banks?
Wait, who are we talking about now?
Dave Ramsey and the envelopes. He said you take all your money and you put it in an envelope. It just kind of struck me that, well, where do you... Well,
I have whiplash from the conversation topic change.
Well, now
We
you
went
know.
from ISIS crisis, Pretty Woman,
Well, now you know
Dave
what.
Ramsey.
Now you know what my brain is like. All of a sudden, I was like, oh, wait, banks. So does he not believe in banks?
No, this is just like a first step in teaching people about budgeting.
Oh. So
So-
like your children or something. Oh, you used this recently? Oh, you just took the class. All right. Well, you want to think of another side note? Because I totally
I
just got
got
you
nothing
there.
right now. Can we go to a break?
Sorry. I'm sorry, sweetie. But anyway,
Yeah, but anyway, so
how recent did you take the class? I just kind
Shut
of
up.
want to know. Okay.
it was after the divorce.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Oh, years ago.
Yeah. So anyway, going back to
Yes.
ISIS.
On a serious note.
I mean, what are your thoughts on this? Because I kind of feel like fighting an ideology. I don't know how you do this.
I don't think we can. For us to improve it. Maybe that's a better,
Right.
maybe that's a better wording for it. I don't know, regardless of what we do and how long we do it, I feel that because those are their beliefs, that's their culture, I think that it ultimately goes back to that. So I look at how many people and families and everything that would be affected by us getting involved even more. And I just feel like it's a no-win situation for us.
But given where we're at with it, I mean, is there any turning back from this point? I mean, can you turn back? I don't think you can. Like, if we had a time machine and we could look back in history and go, okay, you know what? This was the point where maybe we should have done something different.
Mhm.
We could, go back in time, but we can't. So at this point,
What does that mean? So when you see that you're making a mistake, you just continue to make it? I mean, at some point you have to realize, okay, this isn't solving anything, or I'm making a mistake or whatever. So it's time to stop and take a different approach.
but
Or
when
do you
we,
keep going?
I'm not saying that you keep going. I'm just saying step away and do nothing. And that's, I mean, that's very sad. I'm glad that I'm not in the position to make those decisions. I'm just going to leave it at that.
I think you would make a great president.
Oh, we definitely need to go to a break.
I think a woman would make a great president.
See, I don't.
Oh, you're going to disagree with me. Budgets, they all know the envelope system because most of them
Not
are
all of them
divorced.
do.
No, I'm just
I mean, we can't. Here's the thing: you can't just make a blanket statement. Everyone that is a Republican is this. Everyone that is a Democrat is
true.
this. All women would do that. Like, I just want the right person. I want the person in that office that's doing it for the right reasons. And the problem with that is the person that is doing it for the right reasons most likely won't resonate with John Q. Public.
correct.
So that's the sad part.
That's why I said you should be president, because you would be doing things for the right reason.
But I would resonate with John Q. Public.
Well, I don't know, maybe. If you had the right makeup artist. I'm just saying, we were talking about makeup and hair earlier, and you would love to have one every day, and you would be able to have one every day.
All right.
So I think that's a good thing.
All right. Christina Wagner for president. There you go.
After she completes the Dave Ramsey. She's not quite done. Chapter 12.
I got something to learn about budgeting.
All right. So
Everybody gets shiny sparkly. That's my platform. Yes. You get a shiny sparkly. You get a shiny sparkly.
I bet you get involved in Africa because there's a lot of diamonds over there. We kind of stay out of that whole situation. There.
Well, if I were in Africa,
Mhm.
I think so my platform, I would focus more on here because I kind of feel like here's my rudimentary explanation of what we should be doing.
Here's your platform.
Here's my platform.
Okay, I'm ready.
I'm going to clean up my backyard before I offer to go clean up somebody else's backyard. So I feel like we need to fix here and not be worrying about there.
I agree with you. I did my part this morning. So when I cleaned up the dog poop. Anyway,
All right.
On that note, we have to take a break.
So I'm Christina.
And I'm Michelle.
You wanted to be a truck driver? If so, pay attention. If not, pay attention anyway. Southwest Truck Driver Training offers everything you need to get started. You can get hired before you begin training. They've got GI Bill approved training facilities, day, night, or weekend programs to fit your busy schedule. If you have any questions, no sweat. They've got veteran supportive campuses with veterans on staff to serve you. And on top of that, they have lifetime job placement assistance. Put the pedal to the metal. Call Southwest Truck Driver Training today.
Everyone's going to need an attorney at some point in their life. I'm no different. Hey everyone, it's James from Vets On. Whether it was my last will and testament before deployment or my ongoing custody battle for my children during my divorce, I needed help, so I lawyered up. If you need help, I urge you to contact Capstrom Law Firm. Capstrom Law Firm in Springfield, Missouri services clients in criminal law, personal injury, and family law. With over 13 years practicing law, Tom Capstrom understands both law and court procedures and how stressful they can be. Let Tom Capstrom Law Firm and his dedicated staff take the stress and worry out of a difficult situation by calling him today. We feel so strong about the work that Tom and his staff are doing that he'll be a monthly guest on the show. Tom is a veteran and a listener, for God's sake, so you know the guy is solid and will fight for you. Give Tom a call today by calling 417-864-0552 or email Tom at capstromlaw.com. And don't forget to tell him that Vets On sent you.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertising.
If you're always looking for a new job or career, you need to visit the pros. National Career Fairs at ncfairs.com. National Career Fairs hosts over 300 career fairs a year nationwide. The events are free and give you the perfect chance to meet some of the top employers in your area face-to-face. To find the nearest career fair to you, fairs.com. Again, that's ncfairs.com. What are you waiting for?
You're listening to the No Limits Radio Show on the Vets On Media Network.
Welcome back. All right. So up next, we've got a darn good deal for you. We have Linda Stanfield with Benjamin Franklin Plumbing. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
All right. So I know.
We do. Right now, it's $19.99 for a full water heater flush. It's getting cool out there. I don't know if this morning it was a little cool for you when you took a shower, but it's starting to get cool. So people are feeling that their water heater needs to be maintained more right now.
So why is it important to flush your water heater?
So if you can imagine, when you look at the end of your faucet, a lot of faucets have that white, crusty calcium buildup. Can you imagine the inside of a water heater that is a quarter or to 2/3 full of that? You're bathing in that all the time. When we flush it, we flush out everything and all the gook and junk that has been sitting there all year long. Not only is it eating away at all the parts in there and ruining your water heater and not letting it work as best as it can, but you're also washing in it. So it's a really good reason to do it. And the manufacturer recommends it every year.
Oh my gosh, I feel so dirty right now.
I know. That's kind of.
If you saw inside your water heater, you would make sure you flushed it every year. It makes a difference.
Is once a year how often you should do it, or do you recommend more than that?
We definitely recommend once a year. It depends on your water quality and what we start getting out. We have some homeowners that really just build up so much calcium that we do it twice a year.
Now, are there different areas in the valley that have higher levels?
You know, there's a lot of different factors. It's how your plumbing is set up. It's how your pressure is. It's how your water is. So there's many different factors. It's not just one city or one town. It's not just one house. One pressure could be different. One type of water heater can be different. It's when you put all those puzzle pieces together that you get what you have.
Listening and thinking, okay, I'm just going to do this myself.
Yeah.
What would be the risks of doing that?
You know, some of the risks are you start touching things and all of a sudden they break in your hand and you got water running all over it. We get calls about that all the time. Or you start opening up, you start flushing it and it gets clogged, and now you don't know, you can't turn it off, you can't go backwards. You need now emergency help. So we're there to help without emergencies.
That's great. Now, after you flush the water out, do you then like get in there and clean it, or is that not?
There are waiting on your water heater. We can go in there and clean it out, but we also really test all the pieces. People are surprised. There's at least 5 to 6 different parts in your water heater that allow your water heater to work the very best it can. All summer long, all year long, you may think you have hot water, but it's kind of like if your shoulder's hurting, you start using your arm more or your elbow. It compensates for a part not being worked and not using. So now you're wearing out more parts. So the faster you can repair and replace the parts that are broken, the better off, the better energy you get, the better efficiency your water heater's working for you.
I had no clue.
Well, that's what I was going to ask, but she kind of answered it, because I was going to say, so doing this, does it help, the energy, what you're spending to heat?
So if you think of your water heater, a cup, like an enclosed capsule there, if you are heating up a quarter of it with just calcium, that's a lot of wasted energy. Wouldn't you rather have that water in there? So when people start running out of hot water, or they think that they're not using, it's mostly because their water heater isn't full of water. It's full of other stuff.
Oh my gosh, we run out of hot water all the time. Okay.
Now it could be because of parts too. There's parts in there that will disintegrate and eat away. And when they start eating away, you can't get to the bottom of your water heater as well. So there's a lot of reasons you may be running out of hot water.
And so the darn good deal is $19.99.
Yes.
To have this flush. Now, what does that normally cost?
It depends on the water heater. There's a lot of different sizes, makes and models, anywhere from $50 to $100. And we also test out every part of your water heater, make sure that it's working the very best it can. This is a great time of year. It's kind of like when you get ready for the summer with your air conditioner. Now's the time to get ready, because your water heater is going to work harder. The colder it gets, the more it's going to be pushed. And plumbing will talk to you. It will start giving you signs that something isn't happening. If you're running out of hot water, it's talking to you.
Okay.
Something is talking to you. It's not working the way it used to. So anywhere in your plumbing system, when something starts to change, you may be able to work with it. It's okay. I deal with it. However, it's not really the way it's meant to be. And so it's starting to talk to you. So we don't have to always wait for emergencies. As a woman, I want to make sure that I give all my customers, you can call us when you have an emergency. We're happy to help you, or we can work with you when it starts talking to you, so you don't have to miss work and have all these other issues. People do not like emergencies. They don't work out well.
Right. Well, I'm glad that you mentioned, as a woman, we have a lot of female listeners. So are there any tips that you would share with them, the things that they should know when it comes to plumbing? Because I'm a little bit lost there.
Yeah. So the number one is to listen. We all listen to our kids and families and everything. We have all these pieces. We all are organized. We're trying to plan many different pieces. Plumbing should be in there, because I can guarantee you plumbing will never come at a time when you're ready to say, I can stay home, I can fix this, I can spend extra money. All of a sudden I got to fit it in my budget, because who's going to go without a toilet? Who's going to go without hot water when you need it? So why not listen to it, and why not get those plumbing inspections every year? We have a whole report card that a lot of our women homeowners love. It's a ABCDEF, so you can put it in your budget, you can plan. It's just like repairing and maintaining your own car. I don't know when the last person I've heard has been stuck on the side of the road because they didn't maintain it. Most people now maintain their car, right, so that they know they get from A to B. Same thing with your plumbing system. Very, very few emergencies do you have to wait till it's an emergency. We can help you with this report card, educate you, put it in your budget, put it in your time plan, and help you maintain your home so that it works optimum for you. The other great thing about that is we can help you. Nowadays, 10 years ago when I was offering plumbing service, everything was the same faucet, same this, that. Now a shower head could be so different for you versus somebody else. A faucet, the way that they cook, could be so different for somebody versus someone else. The disposal, you have different choices, so we can customize what makes your life better.
Are there things that, when it comes to your plumbing, that you say, okay, if you're a DIY type person, you can handle this, but you should probably stay away from, like, do you have a list of yes, no?
Water's tricky. Okay. Because what happens is, if you're a DIY person, the best thing you should know is where your main shutoff is, and know that that's in working condition. Because even DIY people don't know when they start touching something how the plumbing is going to react, because it is different It is so different.
Sure.
It could be corroded on the inside and you can't tell on the outside. So even DIY, even plumbers, my plumbers come with a fully stocked truck, fully trained. If they start touching something, they can fix it right away. A DIY person may be able to do that, but the best thing you need to know is where your shutoff is. So when you start changing the flapper, when you start turning off the water to the toilet, anything you touch with water can break and ruin things really fast.
What is the checklist that you go through before hiring plumbers? Because it's a little bit scary to invite a new person into your home.
Yeah, that's a really great question. I'm glad you asked, because a lot of people don't realize that our home is our place that is so personal. It's the thing that, is everything to us with our families and protection and security. There's probably at least 37 to 40 applicants that come across my desk that will not make our goals and the details that we need. And so definitely would do a background check. Not one of my employees have a criminal record. Definitely, ever. Okay. Sorry, some people do change and all these different things.
Sure.
I don't do that.
Sure.
I have a lot of concern for my customers.
Sure.
The other thing is drugs. Unfortunately, we do have a drugs don't work in Arizona policy, but we work with people if we ever know that happens. However, what's really important is when they're in somebody's home, they're working safe, they're ready to start fires, or they're not impaired in any bit, because that isn't the time or place to do that for anyone. So there are definitely pieces, but the other piece is that they're customer friendly. They can educate, they can talk clear, they can help. They understand personalities and wants and needs.
Mm-hmm.
They really understand all aspects of plumbing, and not all plumbers do that. So if you have a construction plumber, great plumbers. We used to be a construction company too. They know how to work with a lot of new things, new pipes, digging, things like that, plans, all that. But a lot of times they don't have the experience at what is actually happening after something is 18 years old, after a sewage drain goes bad. So they aren't aware of all the parts and pieces and how to find different things. So all plumbers have a different range of experience. And so people will tell me, I'm going to use my handyman, I'm going to use my construction plumber friend. Every plumber has a different amount of experience. And what I call service plumbing is kind of like your very specialist doctor. A service plumber has to be a specialist in your whole plumbing system, from behind the wall to your fixtures you see, from smells to noises to pieces and parts, everywhere. And it takes many, many years of experience. So the people that we bring on, we make sure they have the experience, we make sure that they're safe, and that all of our customers are protected, and they feel really good about opening the door. So one of the last pieces, but definitely not the least, how do they look when they show up? Because if you've never seen this company or feel, I had a stewardess tell me, the last plumber I came over, I didn't even open the door, because I peeked out the door and I wasn't comfortable what they look like. And unfortunately that does happen. And so we really make sure that our plumbers are clean and neat, hair's right, they're shaven, they're ready to go. So you feel really safe when they do come up.
Now, when they do come to your house, oftentimes, we have to take time off of work or arrange to meet there. And, there's that fear of, okay, am I going to have to sit around and wait for half a day for them to get there? What's your way around that?
We still have to have a window of time, because every job, we're not sure how long that's going to take. We do our very best to plan. However, we just don't know. So what we do is we give people a window of time, their choice. So we have 3 windows. They can choose an hour window time. They can choose a 3-hour window time or an all-day window time. So we have different flexibilities. However, we always call about a half hour before, so people don't have to be waiting there. They can be running errands. They can be, even if they need 45 minutes, we're fine with that. We work in the real world too, and we want to make sure that we are convenient and flexible. Customers want to make sure that they get what they need. But the other thing is, if we're late for that window, we pay $5 a minute up to $300. So we pay our customers if for any reason we are late for their appointment.
See, and I like that, because my time is valuable.
Yes.
So to have could you imagine if the doctor's offices did that?
Right? I'd be scheduling an appointment every week just to make some money.
Or the
That'd be like a side
department, motor vehicle, airlines, all these places.
Yeah, sure.
That's awesome.
That's amazing. So for those of you that are watching this on the video feed, the website is right below. But for those of you that are listening, I'm going to go ahead and share that. The website is benfranklinplumbingaz.com. And if they want to take advantage of that darn good deal, can they go to that website?
Sure. Either you could call in or you can book online, mention darn good deal, and we'll make sure it happens.
Excellent. Thank you for sharing that darn good deal with everyone. $19.99 to have your water heater flush. That's a definite darn good deal.
It is. Thank
All
you.
right. So we've been talking to Linda Stanfield with Benjamin Franklin Plumbing. We're going to go to a break. And when we get back, we have another guest up. So don't go away. I'm Christina.
And I'm Michelle.
Everyone's going to need an attorney at some point in their life. I'm no different. Hey everyone, it's James from Vets On. Whether it was my last will and testament before deployment or my ongoing custody battle for my children during my divorce, I needed help, so I lawyered up. If you need help, I urge you to contact Capstrom Law Firm. Law firm in Springfield, Missouri services clients throughout the state in criminal law, personal injury, and family law. With over 13 years practicing law, Tom Capstrom understands both law and court procedures and how stressful they can be. Let Tom Capstrom Law Firm and his dedicated staff take the stress and worry out of a difficult situation by calling him today. We feel so strongly about the work that Tom and his staff are doing that he'll be a monthly guest on the show. Tom is a veteran and a listener, for God's sake, so you know the guy is solid and will fight for you. Give Tom a call today by calling 417-80552 or email Tom at capstromlaw.com. And don't forget to tell him that Vets On sent you.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertising.
Breaking one nine. How about that bandit? You got some ears on, son?
Have you ever wanted to be a truck driver? If so, pay attention. If not, pay attention anyway. Southwest Truck Driver Training offers everything you need to get started. You can get hired before you begin training. They've got GI Bill approved training facilities, day, night, or weekend programs to fit your busy schedule. And if you have any questions, no sweat. They've got veteran supportive campuses with veterans on staff to serve you. And on top of that, they have lifetime job placement assistance. Put the pedal to the metal. Call Southwest Truck Driver Training today.
Do you need an extra push to start your day? Well, then tune in to Addie's Radio. Addie's Radio is a show that explores tough questions in an open and fun forum. The program also engages hard-hitting issues, veterans' physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual health. This show airs every Tuesday from 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time on the Vets On Media Network. Addie's Radio is hosted by Jesse James, a combat veteran of Afghanistan, so he knows the problems that veterans face every day. Jesse provides you guidance each and every week to be a better you. So tune into yourself each week by tuning into Addie's Radio. Go to vetsonmedia.com for show details.
If you or someone you know is looking for a new job or career, you need to visit the pros. National Careers at ncfairs.com. National Career Fairs hosts over 300 career fairs a year nationwide. The events are free and give you the perfect chance to meet some of the top employers in your area face-to-face. To find the nearest career fair to you, visit ncfairs.com. Again, that's ncfairs.com. What are you waiting for?
You're listening to No Limits Radio Show on the Vets On Media Network.
Welcome back. Thank you for listening. Thank you for joining us on this fabulous Saturday, or as I like to call it today, it's a shiny, sparkly Saturday because I am shiny and sparkly. Thank you very much. So, one of the things that's really fun about doing a live show is you never know what's going to happen, especially like having a guest call in. So Dave Bray with Madison Rising is supposed to be calling in right now.
And the number is 602-977-87. However, kind of like a girl waiting for a guy that she had a date with to call, we're not going to wait. We're going to move right on.
Awesome. All right. Moving right along. So we have in studio Margy Bons with Military Assistance Mission and Adrienne Hart with IFDMA, which stands for the International...
No M, sweetie.
No?
IFDA.
Just IFDA.
IFDA. My apologies. Which stands for the International Furnishings and Design Association. Is that correct?
That's right.
Okay, thank you. All right, so Margy, Military Assistance Mission. Share with our listeners how the organization started and give them a little bit of background.
We started because we realized there was a need for military and their families and our wounded heroes whenever they had a financial difficulty. So we wanted to be there to help them. And you're probably getting into Michael, right?
Yes.
Sometimes I don't know where we're going with that.
If you want to share the story.
Sure. Michael's my son. He's a Marine. And he volunteered to go to Iraq. And I know it's a volunteer military, but he actually was out of active duty and was a reservist. And he found a unit to go to Iraq with. And then he went to heaven. And so when I got the knock on Mother's Day, it kind of knocked my world off. And I started realizing, what could I do with this? I could lay in bed. I could lay in a closet and scream. I did all of that too, by the way. There's so many things I could do, but one of the things I knew that he would want me to do would be to pull up my Marine mom bootstraps and continue supporting the brothers and sisters that he actually fought with and died with. So that's what we do.
And what type of support do you provide for those active duty military?
We provide financial with grants with food, rent, mortgage, car payment, car repair, utilities, just a bunch of different things. And we're actually expanding our program now to include resume writing and job and hiring fairs and financial guidance counseling and wills and trusts and just education for the service member and their families and are wounded once they try to reintegrate back into civilian world.
Now, with the monies that are provided to them and the support, is that money that they have to pay back, or is it considered more of a gift?
Well, they've already given me my freedom, so we're giving them the money.
Right.
They don't pay us back. It's a one-time assistance, and it is. Again, they've signed that dotted line for
Right.
me, so I enjoy my freedom every day.
Right. Absolutely. Go ahead.
And you kind of do. I mean, I know you have your mission statement as far as what you guys do, but I also know I'm on your page that's on Facebook, and you're also kind of like just the helper, even if it's not necessarily exactly what you do. Like I'll see a post sometimes, we have a soldier who's moving and needs this and this. So it's kind of like you're kind of like the mom, and people come to you, even if it's not exactly something you do, you kind of reach out and still try to help.
Well, exactly. It's just because we have a mission doesn't mean I can't find people that will help with that mission. Because a lot of times people want to help, they just don't know how to help,
Right.
and stuff. So, like last week, I got a call from someone who knew a soldier who he's torn Afghanistan, a torn Iraq, and his front tooth broke, and he doesn't have the money, and the VA he can't get into the VA until after November. By that time, you're talking a lot of pain and a lot of discomfort and embarrassment and stuff. So this is a young boy who has no money. His family has no money. He's going to college on the GI Bill, trying to educate himself. But this tooth was really bothering him. So we put it on our Facebook page. And wouldn't you know, within hours, we had dentists offering to fix that. And that's always great. That makes me feel so good, because even if people can't give money, they will give of their time, and they will volunteer, and they will just do what they'll reach out. So it virals out, and we will be able to help out. It's great.
And that you were able to connect those dots. I absolutely love that. I think that's amazing.
I know, and when I sit back and I talk to you guys about it, I think, wow, that was really cool. But when I'm doing it, it's just like, okay, what do I need to do to get this taken care of?
Sure.
And get this done and stuff. We had a veteran reach out to us recently who was moving, and he was a disabled veteran, and he wasn't post 9/11. He was Vietnam, and we only help financially with post 9/11. But I said, well, let me see what I can do, and we throw that out there and see. And we had veterans helping him, so that was really great. So it was like, boom, we got the boy moved.
I just love that. I just absolutely love it. I think that's incredible.
Yes.
To date, how many have you served, do you think? Do you guys keep track of that?
We do. I don't know. But I know financially we've served, it's about an average of 2, I think, a week cases and stuff. But we also do our back to school events, and we do our Christmas events, and we do just different things like that. And we've served thousands and thousands of families with that. And our Christmas event is coming up in December. And oh my God, it's just so great, because the kids get a 13-gallon trash bag, so do the parents and stuff, but they get to go and they fill it with toys for themselves, toys for their siblings, and toys and gifts for mom and dad. A lot of our pleas are, please, can you donate something for a preteen, teen, and mom and dad? Because the kids, kids love to give. I remember my kids coming up, and they'd go to the little school shop at Christmas time, and they'd spend, $3 on something. And Christmas morning was like, Mom, look. And I want our military children to experience that. So I know that last year I was running around like a chicken with my head cut off, and shiny, sparkly things stopped me a lot. I will tell you that. And I came around the corner, and we had a holding area for the children, because the children go in one section and the parents go in another section. So when the parents come to pick them up, we have this holding area where kids are coloring and just doing puzzles and just playing with each other. And they've already gone through the house. And so this one little kid, little girl, the mom would come up to get her, and the little girl was like protecting her bag. She's like, Mom, don't look, 'cause I got you something. I know, that's what I did. It stopped me. I was like, shiny, sparkly thing. So this is great. I loved it. I love being able to help.
Do you know what a gift it is to me when I get to have someone sit across from me and share their passion and share what they're doing to change the world and make it a better place? I mean, as you were talking, the glow and the joy about what you are doing, it's just, yes, I am going to cry. It's just incredible. I love it.
Well, I have a story, because MAM is named after Michael. It's Military Assistance Mission. We call it MAM for short, and everybody called me Ma'am, and I would get like insulted. But then I looked in the mirror and realized I could not be insulted anymore. Certain things you just have to be honest with. Grocery store little boy, I swear, bagging my stuff. Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. Where do you want your milk in plastic? What do you think, sir? So anyway, I would give them grief about calling me ma'am. I'd say, if you keep calling me that, I'm going to make you one. And I'd get that look like, wait, what'd she just say? And so, but then when we started MAM, it was named after my son, who's Michael Adam Marzano. So we have a food pantry, and I don't go down very often with people in there, because I don't want to look at them and go, okay, you're like taking 2 cans of food instead of, because I don't care. Take as many cans as you need. Right. And stuff. So I don't go down, because I think it would make people uncomfortable and stuff. But I got this push. I call it Michael. Michael just pushed me, I swear. And he's like, Mom, you need to go downstairs. So I went downstairs, and I met this soldier. He's a wounded warrior, a Purple Heart recipient, and he had a Purple Heart recipient hat on. But, I wear a Marine hat. Doesn't make me a Marine. So I'm kind of skeptical sometimes. So I asked him, so what do you have that says that you're a Purple Heart recipient besides your hat? And he showed me his, I had that and stuff. And he had walked, our office is on 101 in Cave Creek. He had walked from I-17 in Deer Valley to our office several weeks ago in the heat with a backpack so he could get some canned food. And during our conversations, I will tell you, both of us were in tears, because when he found out about Michael, then he broke down. And I don't generally tell people about that, especially soldiers, because they get very sad. Mm-hmm. But something came up in the conversation where, yes, you were wounded in 2009, but you're still wounded. And people seem like they're getting turned away because their wounds were 2005 or whatever. And I finally go, my son was killed in 2005. He's still dead.
Right.
You were wounded in 2005. You're still wounded.
Right.
So there's no time limit on this. And so we ended up taking him home. We drove him home and stuff, drove him to Walmart, filled up his basket with food and stuff. He picked it out, and I guess he picked out really healthy stuff, took him home and that. And then we did just outreach of stuff for him. And he's just the most gracious person. And, he's a severe PTSD. And interestingly enough, he lives in the apartment complex, and he lived there in 2005 when he deployed, and it's the same apartment complex my son lived in when he deployed. I was like goosebumped when I realized that and stuff. But to be able to help out this veteran was like, it will never leave me.
Right.
Just never leave.
Well, and I think, people do want to help out, and they just don't know how. So for the holiday event, can people donate toys? Is that something that you accept, toys and items? Is that correct?
Absolutely. Okay. Toys, items. We don't take anything used except or a music video or a video game and stuff, but we don't take anything. I think our military deserve new.
Absolutely.
Just that way.
I completely agree. So tell us about some of I know we're going to talk about an event that you have coming up, an event that is being put on that benefits MAM, but I want to talk about some of the other events that you have throughout the year. Oh, you got the backpack event, you've got
the Christmas events. Yep. An event coming up in about 2 weeks, Mighty Military. I know.
That's the one I want to talk
That's
about.
what you're talking about. This is such a great event. We've done this for 7 years now. We put civilians against military in a clay pigeon shoot. Now, I want you, if you're a civilian, don't get like turned off by it because our military is shooting. They don't shoot 20 gauge and 12 gauge. They do not do that very well at all. And so we put branch against branch and then soldier and, airmen, whatever, against each other too. So we provide the eyewear, the earwear, the ammo, the water, food. We provide all of this stuff for them to come out and shoot a day with our military. And we provide a 20 gauge and all the ammo. If you have a 12 gauge, when you register, you let us know and we provide the ammo for that also. You just bring your own 12 gauge. But it's a skeet shoot and clay pigeons. And, there's an overabundance of them out in Ben Avery. I mean, there's orange little critters flying all over the place. You say pull them, man, they come out. So
is this something that a person who's never, well, okay, I guess we have a break to go to. Can we?
We do.
Okay.
We had some technical difficulties and Madison Rising is waiting for us to call them. So I thought if we would like, we should probably have them call in and then we'll talk about the event that we have coming up.
Okay.
absolutely.
All right. I just have one more question about the
Mighty military.
Mighty military. If you've never shot a shotgun before, can you attend? Can you participate in this? Or
Oh no, show up.
Yes.
I mean,
Okay.
they will show you how to load a weapon and they will, there's always like the first where they'll say pull and then you'll see where the clay pigeon comes out of. And so it's just for fun. Air Force has lost the last 6 years. And how I'm saying lost is they had the lowest shooter. They may have had the highest shooter, but whoever has the lowest shooter, that is the branch that loses. So they assume the position. They wear cone head hats and they have their picture taken and we post it proudly at all of our events and stuff like that. And we just, they get the cone of shame.
Oh my gosh,
And-
that's hilarious. How fun would that be?
And
But as long as you're not the person that loses, then it's not so much.
Because the team members are like looking at you like, hey, dude, you brought us down. Or hey, ma'am, because we did have a woman airman that had the lowest shooting too. But this year, I do have to say though, I will defend the Air Force because it's such a serious event that we had a tie between the Air Force and the Navy, so we flipped a coin. We've had arm wrestling for that title too. And so, I mean, if you tie, we just do whatever we can think of to. It's definitely not serious. It's just fun.
That is too funny. Okay, we're going to go to a quick break. And when we get back, I guess we'll have Madison Rising.
That is correct.
And then we're going to learn some more about the upcoming event that benefits Military Assistance Mission. I'm Christina.
And I'm Michelle.
How about that bandit? You got them ears on, son?
Have you ever wanted to be a truck driver? If so, pay attention. If not, pay attention anyway. Southwest Truck Driver Training offers everything you need to get started. You can get hired before you begin training. They've got GI Bill approved training facilities, day, night, or weekend programs to fit your busy schedule. And if you have any questions, no sweat. They've got veteran supportive campuses with veterans on staff to serve you. And on top of that, they have lifetime job placement assistance. Put the pedal to the metal. Call Southwest Truck Driver Training today.
Everyone's going to need an attorney at some point in your life. I'm no different. Hey everyone, it's James from Vets On. Whether it was my last will and testament before deployment or my ongoing custody battle for my children during my divorce, I needed help, so I lawyered up. If you need help, I urge you to contact Capstrom Law Firm. Capstrom Law Firm in Springfield, Missouri services clients throughout the state in criminal law, personal injury, and family law. With over 13 years practicing law, Tom Capstrom understands both law and court procedures and how stressful they can be. Let Tom Capstrom Law Firm and his dedicated staff take the stress and worry out of a difficult situation by calling him today. We feel so strong about the work that Tom and his staff are doing that he'll be a monthly guest on the show. Tom is a veteran and a listener, for God's sake, so you know the guy is solid and will fight for you. Give Tom a call today by calling 417-864-0552 or email Tom at capstromlaw.com. And don't forget to tell him that Vets On.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertising.
If you or someone you know is looking for a new job or career, you need to visit the pros. National career fairs at ncfairs.com. National Career Fairs hosts over 300 career fairs a year nationwide. The events are free and give you the perfect chance to meet some of the top employers in your area face-to-face. To find the nearest career fair to you, visit ncfairs.com. Again, that's ncfairs.com. What are you waiting for?
All right, welcome back. Welcome to No Limits Radio. As we were coming back in from the break, we had the music from Madison Rising's Star Spangled Banner playing. And I got to tell you, if you haven't heard this song before, I really want to encourage you to, not right now, wait till after the show, but after the show, I want to encourage you. Don't do this right now. But after the show, I want to encourage you to go check out Madison Rising and listen to their Star Spangled Banner, because it is the most rocking Star Spangled Banner you will ever hear. I absolutely love it. It's my favorite. And so we're lucky to have Dave Bray from Madison Rising on the line with us.
Hey guys.
Hey, we are so excited to finally talk to you.
Oh, well, I didn't think it was going to happen. I thought I got a time zone deficiency issue that wasn't going to get resolved, but it turns out you guys are still in the air, so this is cool.
We are still on the air. We have had time zone errors, we've had technical issues, but we are finally connected. So thank you for joining us. You know,
it's all happening.
I have to tell you, I absolutely love that you have created a completely rocking version of the Star Spangled Banner.
Cool. I'm glad you like it. It seems to be a fan favorite, obviously, for Madison Rising, but it's awesome that we get the fan response from not just people middle-aged. We get it from people that are like 80, 90 years old, some of these people, and then we get it from kids too. We get these awesome fan submission videos of these kids dancing to the Star Spangled Banner. Whoever thought that could be possible, but it's happening.
Yeah. And you know what I also love is that you guys have a mission. So I've never heard before of a band having a mission. Can you tell everybody a little bit about that?
We do. Madison Rising, we kind of set out to create patriotic rock and roll music, and we wanted to captivate audiences of all ages with it, and basically get to the youth that they would like, that the parents could stand and bear, and basically to get out and promote the fact that American culture is still alive and well. And there's still plenty of flag-waving, pro-American patriotic folks out there who aren't so easily just giving up on America. So we wanted to be sort of, I guess a guiding light or, for the youth, but also to get to the next generation. And that's what Madison Rising is set out to do, and that's what we've done.
And how did you all come together?
Much the way most other bands come together these days, it's really tricky to find guys to play music that you connect with musically. And then you add sort of the extra piece, which is we wanted to find people that are like-minded and wanted to do the kind of music that we wanted to do, which was very pro-American and patriotic rock and roll. So we used, the audition process and Craigslist and things like that to find the right guys. And we finally found a really great combination with, AJ Larson, my Fishman, who's been with us since the beginning, our drummer, and bass player Tom DePietro. And all this, also we have a guy who comes on tour with us. His name's Rob Trulli. He's awesome as well. So we got a really great group of guys, really solid group of patriots and amazing players in the same band. A rare thing, and it's pretty cool.
And in that lineup, do you have how many are former military, or are they former military? Because it seems
I'm the former military guy. I was a Navy Marine Corps vet. I served as an FMF corpsman, which is basically like a medic for the Marines.
Well, I want to thank you for your service. When I listen to the music, a lot of it seems to speak to the not only of American culture, but it also really seems to speak to those that are serving and that have served. Do you write the music, and is that where that influence comes from?
A lot of the military songs are we all write together. So there's we sit down and come up with ideas, but a lot of the military-based songs that you hear are from my, I guess you'd call it arsenal. I feel a certain connection for these guys, and I think today's military is something that I respect it deeply. I just feel as though it needs to be supported as much as possible from the home front, and I think a lot of American people feel that way. I just, I do it with music. I think a lot of people do it with, different forms of expression and their volunteerism. I just volunteer. I try to give music that touches both, people that support and people that are currently serving, or have served, of course, the veterans.
So just a question for you. This next Memorial Day weekend, do you know the band's schedule?
Oh my gosh. Memorial Day. You're catching me off guard with one of these numbers. I'm not 100% sure. We have a lot of the scheduling that goes on with us. We do a lot of volunteer stuff on the side, as well as we have to work. We have to make a living. So
you do.
In between the two of those, it's definitely, we definitely have something that we're going to play. But if somebody has something for Memorial Day for Madison Rising, you can.
We do. Well, we do. That's why I'm asking. Like, I know that it sounded like I was really asking a question, but that was really just me kind of with a little, that was my little edge in. So Vets on Media.
Did I fall for your little trap?
Yeah, you did. And it was like, you did it so well.
It was adorable.
I'm already in love with you. But anyway, so Vets on Media is going to have their second annual Memorial Day bike ride, and it ends up at an American Legion. And maybe we can talk about having your band perform.
Okay. Well, I mean, my wife is also a huge player in this game. She takes care of a lot of the logistics, the booking, and you can reach her at Becky@purple-eagle.com.
Awesome. Oh, we will. Awesome. Let her know that we are going to reach out to her.
This is the way that Michelle ropes people in and puts you on the spot live on the air.
Right. And I act nice the first couple times, and
Yeah. So, I know on your website you have a challenge, and it was to help Madison Rising reach 10 million views by September 14th, 2014. Did you guys reach your goal?
We didn't. We got about 6 million, which was, I think it's still a great number. I think where a lot of the things that come up in American history that we are not paying enough attention to are things like that made up our culture. For most of us growing up, we listened to the Star Spangled Banner before every school day began, or we watched a video, or maybe before the television shut down at night, which TVs don't shut down at night anymore. But the Star Spangled Banner, that flag was waving, and that's how they sort of went offline or off broadcast. And the birthday, the 200th anniversary, the bicentennial of this song, there was a couple different things that were happening, but again, it wasn't something that was, I feel, celebrated enough. It should have been like another 4th of July parade celebration kind of thing everywhere, I thought. But I guess it's just different for different people. They don't see some of those, what I call building blocks or cornerstones of our culture to be as important anymore. They're kind of like, oh, well, it's just a song, whatever, and I think that's where we're missing a lot of ways to regain and recapture some ground with the youth and with the next generation, by saying, hey, this is your nation's song. This is how we celebrate it. And, what better way to do that than with the Madison Rising, version of the Star Spangled Banner. So, it's certain things like that I feel kind of missed. I feel like they didn't go that way. And if they would have, we would have gotten our 10 million views. But we still got a ton of views for bands celebrating of the Star Spangled Banner. But, not as many as we wanted. Obviously, we were going for that 10 million challenge. And it'll get there someday, just not by the birthday or the 200th anniversary. Maybe for the 201st anniversary.
There you go.
We will promote a way for you.
Let's make that happen. Well, I just want to thank you for all that you do. How can we support you? What do you guys have going on right now?
Well, and coming up this season for the holidays, we are releasing a song called "The Soldier's Christmas," and it's a really, really unique look at how soldiers and their families have to deal with this time of year. A lot of these guys are away for multiple Christmases during deployments. And then obviously there are those who have never come back and will never come back for a Christmas. And these are very, very extremely difficult and sensitive times for our Gold Star families and obviously for our serving active duty troops. We're hoping this song can help sort of touch on some of that emotion that goes into that time of year for everyone, who is involved with the military. It's just a very sensitive time of year. I think we all sort of are hypersensitive to our emotions, and we get overrun by joy and happiness. But there's also a lot of sort of emotional sadness that can come along with that time of year, and that's kind of what we didn't want to make the saddest Christmas song in the world, but we made something that really sort of harnesses some of the emotions that a lot of people may forget during that holiday season because of, you know, either not having loved ones around for the holidays, or maybe never getting to see another loved one at the Christmas table for dinner or to open a gift again.
Wonderful. And when can we hear that song?
We'll be releasing it. We're actually working with Wreaths Across America. I don't know if you're familiar with Wreaths Across America. They lay all of the wreaths for all the headstones for all the fallen soldiers, all through Arlington Cemetery and all the other cemeteries. And we're working with them currently to put together a really cool video. And it's going to be probably, I'd say, right before Thanksgiving is when we will release the video and everything with wreaths and start getting the momentum going behind it.
All right. Well, we look forward to seeing that. You know, I want to encourage everyone.
It's a tearjerker, though. I'm warning you. I'll give you, with the Star Spangled Banner, I give you the Dave Bray goosebump guarantee. With A Soldier's Christmas, I'm giving you the goosebump and possible, you know, you're going to need at least 5 Kleenex guarantee. It's that emotional. It's a very emotional song. Just warning you.
Great.
Come with a warning.
Great. I cry at everything, so I'm going to need an entire box of tissues. But I look forward to that, and I really want to thank you for your time. And I want to let everyone know, please go to their Facebook page and check out. I loved what you guys did on Friday with the Red Friday. Remember everyone deployed. Right. So that was incredible.
Right. We do have a red shirt for Red Shirt Fridays. You know, we've traveled the country, and some people are like, "Why do you have red shirts?" They don't get it. But after they hear, they're like, "Well, give me a bunch of them. I'm going to sell them." You can get the red shirts at MadisonRising.com. I just want to circle back really quick and just say that we've also redone a version of the Marine Corps hymn, and because I served with the Marines for the last few years of my service, it was one of those songs that I really wanted to do. So I'm very excited to get back a little something to the Marines, and I think that they're going to like it. It's going to be it's an awesome song. It sounds like it just makes you want to stand up and salute. It's that just awesome. So those are the 2 songs that are going to be coming out for the winter season. Then we'll have some more in spring.
Wonderful. Well, thank you again so much for your time and for all you're doing.
You got it. Be well and God bless. And if your listenership doesn't mind, like you said, head to MadisonRising.com. Check out our merch store. Christmas is right around the corner. It's a great time to get your orders in early and get everything done. And check out our Facebook page, Madison Rising, and Twitter at Madison Rising, and Instagram, Madison Rising.
Excellent.
So thank you very much for having us.
Oh, thank you. And just one last thing. Can we talk to your wife about having you guys come out to Arizona and perform?
You got to talk to. I gave you the email.
Okay.
You got to talk to the boss.
All right.
We'll talk to the boss.
We will talk to the boss. All right. Thank you so much.
Thanks so much, David,
for making this happen.
Thank you.
God bless.
Thank you.
God bless.
Okay. So again, really, if you guys have not heard that song, you've got to go to their website, go to MadisonRising.com and check out all the great stuff they have there.
Yeah, the Star Spangled Banner. It's what's great about that song is that it is. I know you had to talk about Christmas, and I'm like, geez, Louise. Anyway, you tell them about the song.
Okay. The song is incredible. You know, we opened our show at Raven's B2B networking event, and I didn't realize that we were live with the video, and the song's playing in my headphones, and I'm listening to it, and I'm just totally rocking out to it. And then afterwards I went back and I was like, oh, that was live. Everyone was seeing me rock out to the Star Spangled Banner. That's awesome. All right. So, again, we have in studio with us Margy Bons with Military Assistance Mission, and we had a great opportunity to learn all about the good work that they are doing. And we have Adrienne Hart with IFDA, and they are doing an event that benefits, a really cool event that benefits MAM. So, Adrienne, get real close to that microphone and tell everybody about this incredible event.
Well, International Furnishings and Design Association is a group, an industry open group for design professionals. I'm an interior designer. So you could be a furniture maker or a guy that moves furniture or an accountant that works with designers. And we are doing a national event with 5 other chapters across the country, San Francisco, New York, Miami, Philadelphia, and Washington, D.C., all at the same time to raise money for local military and veteran-related charities. So when we went on our search to find the best suitable locally, born and bred, serving Arizona, helping Arizona, because that's what we're all about, is local business, we had a really hard time finding a great cause. There are quite a few that are not legit. There are also quite a few that are associated with the VA. And it was right at the time when the publicity came out of all the VA mishaps. And so I accidentally found Margy. It was pure happenstance. And we listened to her story. Same thing happened to us. Her glow, her passion came through. I mean, we all sat around the table, all goosebumps, tears running down. And we all decided, okay, yes, she's the one. But of course, we had to vet out the background and whatnot. And the great part is that she runs with such a low overhead that it's like over 80% of the money actually helps people. It doesn't get wasted in administrative costs and paying volunteers. So that really meant a lot to us, that we were going to really make a difference. So the event is it's a design exhibition. So local designers and artisans got chairs or made chairs, upcycled them, created their own masterpieces, artwork, that are going to be auctioned off, live auction this coming, the 11th, on October 11th, next Saturday. Oh yeah, today's the 4th.
Yeah.
A week from today. We have a lot to do still.
See, instantly you're talking about how much you had to do. I was thinking, I wonder if she has her dress picked out and what she's wearing.
I auditioned a couple yesterday, but I'm not going to actually buy it till next Saturday because, I'll lose a couple pounds by then. Anyway. So
yes, we always do.
Of course. And so
I'll tell you about saran wrap after the show.
It's still too hot for that. I'm sorry. So
that's the purpose.
You made me forward, not under the dress. Oh, I had a whole different picture. Okay. Well, we'll talk. Back to the event. So we had our kickoff party this past Wednesday at Kelvin Charles Gallery and previewed and debuted all the chairs, which Margy visited. And
oh my God, I was blown away. I've never seen such designs in my life. I couldn't take it all in. It was amazing what you to see the chair she did.
Oh.
I don't know what you even heard. It's
no, it's called you heard.
I can't describe it. I can't describe it. I literally cannot. It looks like hooves of a foot on the.
It's a play on a ram. You have to.
Yeah. It's really cool.
Well, so there's 26 chairs from 26, and these designers paid for entry, which that money goes toward the event, and hopefully all ends up in Margy's pocket. And they donated materials, all their time, all their creativity, and the chairs are right now being displayed at 14 different galleries along the Art Walk in downtown Scottsdale. So the first Art Walk, which was Thursday, they have an Art Walk every Thursday evening from 7 to 9, so we get extra publicity. But we chose the Art Walk because supporter of the arts, they're struggling just a bit, and so we really wanted to bring extra traffic down there, invite all our clients and families to preview the chairs with the whole intent to bring everybody together back on the 11th at Legacy Gallery to have a huge live auction and sell these chairs. And whatever you do with the fabulous pieces of art is all up to you, but all that money is going to Margy and her group, and we're all very excited about it.
That's incredible. When Margy asked me if I wanted to, get involved in helping to spread the word, I said yes immediately because I love Margy and I love what she's doing and I wanted to support it. And then I went to your website and I went to the Facebook page. Each and every single chair is just a piece of art. It really is. It's unbelievable. I'm not even going to try to describe them. If you're watching on the feed, you can see the link in the lower third. So I encourage you after the show, not right now, after the show, go to that and check that out. You said it was 16 different designers.
No, we have 26.
Oh, 26
design teams. Some were individual, a couple had teams. I let my assistant help me, which she was instrumental, thank goodness, because it was quite a bit of work what I did.
Oh gosh, her chair is amazing.
Okay, no, you're giving it a lot of hype. No, it is pretty cool though.
I mean, she had to use broom handles in order to call her. This is a talent that I don't have.
It has, yeah, it's copper based. There's copper, turquoise. It's very cool. It's totally different. You can't sit in it.
Yeah,
But it's quite something to look at.
I'm glad that you brought that up. So, all the chairs that are going to be there and that are going to be, they're going to be auctioned off, correct?
Yes, they're going to be auctioned off.
Okay, so the chairs that are going to be auctioned off, are they intended to be art pieces? Are they intended to, are some of them intended to be used and functional?
Well, there's quite a few that you can actually sit in that are done really nicely with beautiful fabrics and beautiful finishes and just really kind of different ornaments and embellishments. And they're all unique. And so as I was taught in design school, chairs come in pairs. So this chair really is something to be a signature. Maybe it's a vanity chair. Maybe it's just sitting in your foyer and your grand entry, letting everybody know how fabulous your house is. There's a lot of different things. My chair is definitely a sculpture. My husband actually did a chair and welded it. He's not a welder by trade. It was very interesting. He came up with it all on his own, and because he wanted to help, and he's been pre-selling it before the auction. He's already got bids for about $1,000. So that's really exciting. They're all really unique. And what I found very interesting when I was walking around the room and seeing them all for the first time, they're so directly correlated to the personality of the designer and artisan that did it. And it was really interesting to me to see that. And they put a lot of love and attention to detail in it. And I know if we didn't have a great cause to, reinforce the importance of this, we probably wouldn't have gotten such a great showing. So I'm pretty proud of the Arizona chairs. I think they're better than the other chapters, but don't tell them. Oh,
I know.
Did you know this is a radio show?
Oh, yeah.
You just told them.
And I can listen to it over and over and over.
I'm sorry, Maureen and Martha and Kathleen and Caroline and Jean.
You're really not sorry, but it's okay. Sorry, not sorry. Same face. Sorry, not sorry.
Now, to attend the event, it's $35 if you purchase your tickets now. If you purchase them at the door, then it's $50.
Right.
So everybody go right now to the website.
I have actually a tiny URL that we can remember if you want to know that. It's great. So it's tinyurl.com/AZ take a seat. All spelled out. AZ take a seat. If you can't attend the event, which we would love to have you at the event, it's kind of dressed to impress. We're going to have food, music. Of course, there'll be beverages, some, for adults and some for not so adults. So,
and what time does the event start on the 11th?
6 to 10.
Okay.
And we'll have the live auction. We'll start at about 7:15. That's one of the things I still have to put the agenda together. Nicole Kreitz is our MC from Channel 5, who also sits on Margy's board. So thank you so much for that, Margy. So it's going to be a great show. And we really like that Nicole's going to be the MC because the charity means so much to her. And I'd rather have somebody that it touches, that she's involved, who doesn't have, they can all read well. I just want it to mean something. It's just really important to connect to things that you're passionate about and not phone things in. That's how I operate. So this is, right up our alley. So it's going to be great.
And I have to say that's so smart in bringing that because anybody can MC an event. Yeah. But if you have a connection to that, an emotional buy-in, it's just unbelievable. You said, I want to circle back to something. You said dress to impress. So are we talking full-length evening gowns?
Well, okay. So please don't show up in a ball cap and blue jeans. Okay. I mean, we're not going to turn you away. Prefer not a tank top unless it's got covered in sequins and glitter and you're wearing great shoes with it. Then maybe, but then you can do that. We're not talking about tuxes. My dress happens to be full length, but it's 8 colors also. So it's not. Well, of course,
ladies,
or
welcome to wear evening gowns.
Absolutely.
I have a long gown for it.
Yeah.
Are you?
You have a long gown.
Yes.
I have to go to mini galas, so I'm going to recycle.
I absolutely. Just put different jewelry on. Nobody will know. Nobody pays attention.
Just put on different jewelry.
New shoes.
No, that's true.
Nobody remembers.
If you switch up the accessories, it completely gives a different look.
You totally wore that last week.
No, I didn't.
I'm kidding.
She had a different color. It just scared me so bad.
She went the mental closet.
Yeah, but it was a red flower and a blue necklace. So
I used to
Whatever.
put in my calendar what I wore to different clients' houses so I would make sure that I didn't repeat because I wouldn't see them sometimes for 3 weeks and I would, oh my gosh, that
You know,
that's funny.
Instagram, social media, that's what's great for it. Like whenever I can't remember what I wore to a show or to an event, I just go and
you go back.
oh yeah, that's what I wore when I emceed that event. That's what I wore.
do you know why I could never be famous? Because I don't give a crap about that. Like literally, if someone said, "Didn't you wear that like 2 weeks ago?" I'd be like, I don't know. Like, why are you watching what I wear? Like, who cares? Do you have more time than me? Who has time to write down?
It would be
But they
so
were.
painful to be famous. You'd have to worry about people following you everywhere and
No, that's
taking
what
pictures of you.
Oh, that's what I'm saying.
Paparazzi.
I wouldn't care, so I wouldn't be very good at that. You know, you're like, she's like, I wrote it down. You're like, I look on my social media. I'm like, I totally wouldn't care. It'd be like nice boots. You know, someone would
Yes.
say, you know, didn't you just
First
wear
thing
that
she-
last week? And I'd say,
There's
nice
a story
boobs.
there. We'll share it with you after.
Maybe we should like put a little note on the hanger that you're hanging the gown on, and just with the date that you wore it, and then
Oh,
you
that's
know.
pretty smart.
I mean, that might be
idea.
easier. I'm not sure, but
That's not going
you
to
know,
ever happen.
it's not going to
It's a
happen.
really smart idea.
Actually, I think
That's
that
awesome.
my age, I have to go by weight.
Oh,
What weight was
what
I that I could
size was
squeeze into that
Right.
one?
That must have been in 2000.
And I need to talk to the girls about the saran wraps to see if I can make that happen again.
Okay, so since we talked about the saran wrap twice, I'm just going to
Please
share
share.
I'm going to share with the listeners what the saran wrap deal is. So if you have an event that you're like just a couple pounds away from, the night before the event, you wrap your body in saran wrap, you put on sweatpants, and you clean your house, work out, do whatever for quite a bit of time, like hour, 2 hours. When you take all of that off, you will be dripping in sweat. I mean, you'll drop a couple, I promise.
I'm going to have to clean my hot water tank out first though, because I can just see that would not be good.
Good
Tie
point.
in with Linda there.
No,
Tie in with
yeah.
Linda.
That's a good point.
And so
Good
for those
point.
of you who are just now tuning in, we had Linda Stanfield on earlier with Benjamin Franklin Plumbing. She's got a great darn good deal to flush out your water heater. And if you don't know what we're talking about, just after the show's over, go back and listen to the beginning of the show. 'Cause
Yeah.
you want to listen to that.
Definitely.
After
Ew.
the saran wrap.
Yes.
Yeah, it's definitely worth $20.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, they have a darn good deal right
The-
now. So it's
Plumbing
$20.
flush. The water
not
heater
the
flush.
saran wrap. I could get that at the dollar store for 99 cents. But the water heater flush out for $20.
That is a darn good
That
deal.
is a darn good deal.
Yeah,
But
it is a
my
darn good
only
deal.
problem is, do I have to like clean out my garage before I can have that done? Because my hot water heater's in my garage and they're gonna flush it. And I'm assuming, did they put a hose on it?
They have to.
yeah.
I meant to
There has
ask
to be a
her.
drainage.
There's like a
Something,
hose
right?
that they connect to it.
Oh, yeah.
Another reason
Because
why
they can't put it out
kids-
in your driveway. You're not. I mean, I
Right.
live
Oh,
in an
no.
HOA. They would like yell at me for that.
We
Well,
should have asked that.
You
question.
could direct it into your
Get her on
backyard and
the
then
phone.
water your landscape.
Oh, with the same
Oh,
calcium
was
that
that
I want
icky
to come
stuff
out of
that
my.
she said was
No,
in there?
sorry,
I'm
calcium
Ew.
wouldn't be good for that.
Yeah, I was going to say, you're like a landscaper and you're going to tell us to put calcium on our plants?
Okay, I don't know what to do with the water. I'm sorry, I'm not a plumber.
I don't think we have to worry about it though. I think she's going to cover that.
That's why we pay them $20.
Exactly.
They'll worry about what to do with it.
Right.
Thank you very much. All right, so ladies, Margy Bons, Adrienne Hart, it's been hysterical having you both in studio. I really appreciate your time.
Thanks for the saran wrap tip.
You're
Yes.
welcome. I'm telling you, it's a great one, especially if you're just like wanting to, a couple pounds away from. Awesome. Okay, so give them the tiny URL one more time so they can get their tickets for the gala on the 11th.
Okay, so it's tinyurl.com/AZ Take a Seat. And if you can't attend the gala because you're not going to be in Phoenix, because that's the only reason you wouldn't want to support us, you can donate money directly at tinyurl AZ Take a Seat -donate.
And here's what I'm going to say to all you men listening out there, okay? If you want to try to impress someone, one of your first few dates,
Good idea.
to make this your date, because not only is it going to a good cause, she's going to realize what a great person you are because you do spend some time and money for some local charities. So for you men out there trying to impress somebody, Forget about the roses because they're going to die.
And then you've given them a gift of death.
Then you've given them the gift of death. Don't do the wine because we all know what happens after wine. So just go to the charity event. It is next Saturday, 6 to 10. It's $35 a ticket. It's definitely worth it.
Hey, they could buy one of the chairs and put it in their house. I mean, that is definitely a
absolutely
yes,
gift of giving.
Yes.
And we will have wine at the event, so maybe it'll all work out for you.
Disclosure at the bottom. Disclosure at the bottom.
Disclaimer.
I think $35 is a pretty cheap date. So.
It really is. It really is.
And the food, yum.
Yeah.
All right. And for please go and check out Military Assistance Mission, and there's many ways that you can help support so many great events. Just absolutely love it. We didn't even talk about the job board, so I guess
yes,
and all the other things. So I guess you're gonna have to come back again.
Oh,
and join us another
darn!
time.
Twist my arm. Okay,
great.
Talk about military. Oh, that's tough for me.
Fantastic. All right, so this is the saddest part when the show comes to an end.
I know. We
It
always
really-
have so much fun.
Yes.
What are we doing next Saturday?
Next Saturday, we have a couple more darn good deals. One that's going to help you with getting your car cleaned.
Oh, I need that.
Like, they'll come to you.
Really?
That's even better.
Yes, they will come to you. I love that. I think everything should just come to me, but that's just me.
I'm right there with you.
Like, okay, tell me this. VIP treatment, yes?
Yeah,
Yes.
oh, absolutely.
Absolutely.
My idea of roughing it was bad room service. So,
Thank you.
I do not tent. I RV because
You
I don't
glamp.
go that far.
You glamp. You
I
don't
take
camp.
VIP.
Right.
Even at my daughter's choir concert, they have where you can purchase seats so that you get them right at the front. Oh, yeah, I take that. I'm all about the VIP. Everything. Come to me, clean my car. Yes, do it. We've also got barbecue, or a barbecue location in Gilbert and other locally owned businesses. Those are darn good deals. If you'd like to learn more about darn good deals, go to darngooddeals.com. If you think you have an exclusive darn good deal, definitely reach out to us. The links are there. And we have a woman, Angela Morrison. She's going to be joining us in studio. She has the most amazing way to get your entire Thanksgiving dinner on, it's like under $40, I think.
What?
Like, this woman can shop.
Really?
Yes. She's also she's the queen of organization. She's got some ideas to help you get your closet organized. Margy talked about, putting the dates on the types of dresses. She shared with me a tip, and I'm going to go ahead and share it with everybody. So you're going to want to tune in to get more of these great tips next Saturday. She shared with me a tip. Go into your closet in the beginning of the year and turn all of the clothes so that the hangers are facing one way. At the end of the year, and then when you take it out and wear it, turn the hanger out. At the end of the year, come back in your closet and see all of the clothes that you haven't worn. If you didn't wear them all year, get them out of your closet.
That's smart.
Really smart.
Isn't that awesome?
Yes.
I love that. I already
Do
got
you
rid of
think
most of my
she would-
clothes because I can't fit in them. So. But anyway, so we've got a great show lined up next Saturday. Speaking of great shows, if you like sports, which who doesn't like
Who
sports?
doesn't like sports? Are your picks in?
My
your
picks are not in.
Your picks aren't in?
My picks are not in.
Oh, I
I
wanna see who you picked.
almost-
My picks aren't.
I almost picked the Vikings because my stepmother reminded me of my Viking heritage. And on the day that I was supposed to put in my picks, I was like, well, wait a minute. We were just talking about my Viking heritage, so I should pick the Vikings. Thank goodness I didn't. I picked the Packers.
Because what was funny is I had sent JD a message, and because I never get all my picks in on Thursday. It just doesn't happen. So I always send him a message, and I'm like, hey, my pick tonight is Green Bay. And he's like, yeah, mine too, thanks. And he goes, talk to your friend Christina because she's thinking of picking the Vikings because of her heritage. And I'm like, LMAO, I'm not even going there. It's however she chooses to pick her picks. Well, so I'm glad you picked Green Bay.
That's because last year I knew nothing about football. Not that I know a whole lot more about it, but last year every pick I made was all about emotion and feeling.
And the cutest outfit.
I didn't go so much, but the helmets.
I agree with that.
She
Margy.
went with, I know someone who lives here, or if a mascot can eat the other mascot, she picked that one. I mean, hers were a little more in depth than the colors of the uniform. She's high. She's up there, like with how she picked.
I've improved though.
You've done very well.
I have.
I felt off of first place though last week, so I was a little upset by that.
Listen, I'm in the rear every week. It's killing me because my first week I only got 4 right. So I didn't do so hot my first week.
It's hard to catch up. Well, I'm only one behind the leaders, so I'm hoping this week is a good week because I like being in first place because I'm a chick. And I know all those guys are like, how is she beating us? So I got to get back on this. I'm hoping that this week works.
My fantasy football team my fantasy football team is shiny, sparkly glitter blings. Yes, I love that. And it's got the little meme has a little cat with eyes that are like sparkly. And I beat a guy last week. I was so excited.
I have to jump in because you beat me.
I love that.
I was so excited. I was like, take that.
So those of you listening, we have Aaron, who normally runs the board for JD's show, who is also in the pool that Christina and I are parts of. Vets on Media. And so apparently Aaron, who is on the board, is who Christina beat.
Yeah, it wasn't good.
Aaron, did you pick out it because of the uniform color?
No, this was fantasy football.
So you have your whole team. Like I have a lot of I've got Larry Fitzgerald, which I'm really proud of all the Cardinals players that I have. I love my Cardinals.
I gave up on fantasy football. I don't have time to do it. I don't. It's like I think of it when it's like the game just started or it's in 10 minutes. And it's just, so I have my team there. And if it wins, great. And if it doesn't, it doesn't. But kicking ass in the pool, I'm all about that. I'm ready to win again. So
go Cardinals.
Go Cardinals.
Let's continue this winning streak.
Go Steelers.
Okay.
As I say, they cut the umbilical cord when you're born in Pittsburgh and they infuse Steeler blood. You are now a Steeler fan forever. There's nothing you can do about it.
All right. Well, if you like sports, I want to encourage you to stay tuned because up next we have JD's Rockin' Sports and he knows a whole lot more sports than I do. So great show. Thanks for listening, everybody. Thanks for joining us this Saturday. We'll see you next Saturday. This has been No Limits Radio Show. I'm Christina.
And I'm Michelle.
Oh, say, can you see by the time